There are thousands and thousands of animals in the world. Some of them are cute, some of them are weird, and some of them are aggressive. We are going to see top 10 animals that you should not mess with. Without wasting time, let's get started. Number 10. Cone snails. They are found in the warm waters in the jungles. These lovely animals, in a split second, unmistakable for their exceptionally valued brown and white marbled shells. They can be found in shallow profundities nearer to shore, close to coral reefs and rock arrangements, and underneath sandy sandbars. Yet, don't try to contact the 4 to 6 inch long gastropods. Their disguised, spear-like teeth contain an intricate toxin known as a conotoxin, making them perhaps the most venomous types of snail. Just a modest bunch of individuals at any point stung. Sadly, there is no counteragent. The poison prevents nerve cells from speaking with each other, so the animal causes loss of motion inside minutes, so the creature not only causes paralysis within moments, but, per its nickname of cigarette snail, affords you about enough time to smoke a stick before you die. Number 9. Golden poison dart frog. The poison dart is a large, diverse group of brightly colored frogs, of which only a handful of species are particularly dangerous to humans. The most deadly, the golden poison dart, inhabits the small range of rainforests along Colombia's Pacific coast and grows to around 2 inches long, roughly the size of a paper clip. Its poison, called batrachotoxin, is so potent that there's enough in one frog to kill 10 grown men, with only 2 micrograms, roughly the amount that would fit onto the head of a pin needed to kill a single individual. But what makes the amphibian especially dangerous is that its poison glands are located beneath its skin, meaning a mere touch will cause trouble. Little wonder the indigenous Embera people have laced the tips of their blow darts used for hunting with the frog's toxin for centuries. Sadly, deforestation has landed the frog on several endangered lists, but even if you do have a rare sighting when hiking, don't go reaching for it. Number 8. Box jellyfish. Box jellyfish, also known as stingers. A box jellyfish has a body that looks like a box with lots of tentacles covered in venom-filled stingers. Box jellyfish live in warm waters all over the world, but the most dangerous kinds are found near the coasts of northern Australia and the Indo-Pacific region. The Australian box jellyfish is the biggest and most venomous species and has tentacles up to 10 feet long. Unlike other kinds of jellyfish, box jellyfish can swim at sea. They mainly eat shrimp and small fish. They use stingers to protect themselves and kill prey. If you accidentally brush against a tentacle, the stingers pierce into the skin and produce venom, which then enters the bloodstream. Their stingers contain venom known as nematocysts that contain toxins that simultaneously attack the heart, nervous system, and skin cells. Hundreds of humans have been fell into shock and drown or die of heart failure before reaching the shore. Number 7. Indian saw-scaled viper. While a lot of snake and animal varieties pack sufficient toxin to effectively cut down a human, not every one of them adopt the complex strategy of the Indian saw-scaled snake, which is the reason they are one of the top supporters of snakebite cases. At times they are called the little Indian snake, or basically the saw-scaled snake. These reptiles live in the absolute most populated locales of the reach they involve, which stretches well past India. They stay unnoticeable by utilizing their normal cover to mix into desert encompasses. Since they are regularly dynamic around evening time, it's ideal to tune in for their protective sizzling sound. This comes from a conduct called stridulation, in which the snake structures loops and rubs its scales together. Indeed, even with a notice, saw-scaled snakes are very forceful, with over 2 times a deadly portion into each chomp. Fortunately, there is a successful counteragent. Number 6. Pufferfish. These are otherwise called blowfish, are situated in tropical oceans all throughout the planet. However, they're the second most noxious vertebrate on Earth, after the brilliant bolt dart frog. They're ostensibly more risky as their neurotoxin, called tetrodotoxin, is found in the fish's skin, muscle tissue, liver, kidneys, and balls, which must all be stayed away from while setting up the animal for human utilization. For sure, while wild experiences are unquestionably risky, the danger of death from a pufferfish increments when eating it in nations like Japan, where it is viewed as a delicacy known as fugu and must be ready via prepared, authorized culinary specialists. But still, at the end of the day, coincidental passings from ingestion happen a few times every year. The tetrodotoxin is up to multiple times more harmful than that of cyanide and can cause stifling of the tongue and lips, tipsiness, regurgitating, arrhythmia, troubled breathing, muscle loss of motion, and, whenever left untreated, passing. They range in size from the 1-inch-long dwarf or pygmy puffer to the freshwater giant puffer, which can grow to more than 2 feet in length. Number 5. Black mamba. However, species like the boomslang or the king cobra are risky because of their individual toxins. The black mamba is particularly dangerous because of its speed. The species, which can grow up to 14 feet in length, is the quickest of all snakes, crawling at rates of up to 12.5 miles each hour, which makes getting away from one in distant regions substantially more troublesome. Fortunately, dark mambas typically possibly strike when undermined, yet when they do, they'll nibble over and over, conveying sufficient toxin, a mix of neuro and cardiotoxins, in a solitary chomp to kill 10 individuals. What's more, if one doesn't get the correlative counteragent inside 20 minutes, the chomps are right around 100% deadly. Black mambas are fast, nervous, lethally venomous, and when threatened, highly aggressive. They have been blamed for numerous human deaths, and African myths exaggerate their capabilities to legendary proportions. For these reasons, the black mamba is widely considered one of the world's deadliest snake. Number 4. Sydney funnel spider. The Sydney funnel web spider, Atrax robustus, is a species of venomous megalimer spider native to eastern Australia, usually found within a 100 kilometers or 62 miles radius of Sydney. It is a member of a group of spiders known as Australian funnel web spiders. The Sydney funnel web spider is one of the world's most deadly spiders. Their venom, once in the bloodstream, attacks the human nervous system and, in some cases, causes death. The Sydney funnel web spider is not aggressive by nature, but will show aggression if threatened. Female funnel web spiders can live very long lives, possibly up to 20 years. They are rarely seen except during tree felling, excavation or landscaping work. Sydney funnel web spider venom contains a compound known as atrachotoxin, an ion channel inhibitor, which makes the venom highly toxic for humans and other primates. However, it does not affect the nervous system of other mammals. There is at least one recorded case of a small child dying within 15 minutes of a bite from a funnel web. Number 3. Stonefish. The most venomous fish known to people is a simple one to miss, which is actually what it needs. Stonefish, all things considered, are named for their visual closeness to rocks, standing by and mixing solidly into the seabed where a clueless foot can without much of a stretch advance down on their dorsal blades, ready for action with strong neurotoxins. The unluckiest yockles will step hard, applying more tension and expanding the measure of toxin that gets infused. They may likewise trigger the stonefish's auxiliary protection system known as a lacrimal saber, which has been compared to a switchblade of the face. Casualty from stonefish toxin can happen inside 60 minutes, so it's prescribed to look for counteragent quickly, applying water warm to more than 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 45 degrees centigrade, meanwhile to denature the toxin. In particular, watch where you step. Stonefish, Cynancea, any of certain species of venomous marine fish of the genus Cynancea and the family Cynancidae, found in shallow waters of the tropical Indo-Pacific. Stonefish are sluggish bottom-dwelling fish that live among rocks or coral and in mudflats and estuaries. Number 2. Mosquito. Clocking in at just 3 millimeters at their smallest, the common mosquito, even tinier than the tsetse ranks as the second most dangerous. Our reasoning: the sheer number of deaths each year caused by various pathogens that several species of mosquitoes, of the more than 3,000 in the world, carry to humans. The irritating insects, primarily those from the genera Aedes, Anopheles, and Culex, are the primary vectors of diseases like malaria, chikungunya, encephalitis, elephantiasis, yellow fever, dengue fever, West Nile virus, and the Zika virus, which collectively afflict an estimated 700 million and kill roughly 725,000 people each year. As the World Health Organization notes, more than half of the human population is currently at risk from mosquito-borne diseases. Given that the pests are attracted to our body temperatures and the carbon dioxide we exhale, our best tools to prevent infection lie in the usage of insect repellents high in active ingredients like DEET and picaridin. Why do mosquitoes need blood? The answer for the question is since blood is a good source of proteins and amino acids, female mosquitoes drink blood to grow mosquito eggs. The male mosquitoes fulfill their nutritional needs by feeding on nectar, water, and plant sap, which females feed on as well. Number 1. I guess half of them already know answer here. It is humans. Surprised? After all, we're animals too, and since we've been killing each other for 10,000 years, with the total deaths from war alone estimated at between 150 million and 1 billion, and that was a decade ago. It's a no-brainer that we top the list. Though human beings are said to be living in the most peaceful period now than at any other time in our history, we still assault each other with incredibly high rates of senseless brutality, from gun violence to terrorist attacks around the globe. We're dangerous to other animals too, think global warming, the destruction of forests and coral reefs, and over-tourism. Given the threat we pose to countless other creatures and the fact that we often act irrationally and have the capacity to annihilate our entire planet with a host of horrifying weapons like nuclear devices and genetically modified superbugs. We are squarely atop the list as the most dangerous animal in the world. And note, not all the humans are deadliest.